What's up, heroes? Zeus here, ready to bring you another powerful breakdown. Asherona has finally arrived, and the moment I started developing her, I realized she brings a completely new rhythm to fire compositions. Some of her mechanics surprised me in ways that can swing entire matches, especially against certain elements. You're going to want to see this from the first upgrade to the final test. Asherona was sent to me today by the Hero Wars team as part of the creator program, but of course she arrived at level 100. And that means I have a brand new Titan to develop from scratch. So, let's begin the journey of building her properly. The first step is upgrading her level to 130. I pushed her all the way up to level 127, then suddenly hit that classic wall, not enough Titan potions. So I traded some soul stones for more potions, stocked up, and continued leveling until she finally reached level 130. Next, I moved on to Asherona's skin. This skin gives her a massive boost to health, and once it's fully upgraded it adds over 1 million health to her stats. Luckily, I had enough skin stones saved up, so maxing this skin was quick and easy. After that, it was time for artifacts. The first artifact, Ragni's Eye, is completely unique to Asherona. I don't have the fragments yet to evolve it to 6 stars, those will only be available during her event. But I do have enough essence of the elements to upgrade its level all the way to 130. And once it's maxed, Ragni's Eye provides 400,000 elemental damage, which is a huge spike to her offensive power. The second artifact is the Fire Crown. This one is shared across all Fire Titans, so I've already collected plenty of fragments. I evolved it to max and leveled it to 130 as well. At full level, the Fire Crown gives Asherona 81,000 elemental armor. And finally, we have the third artifact, Seal of Nature. This artifact is exclusive to Summoner Titans. Before Asherona, only Verdok had it. During Verdok's event, I intentionally farmed extra fragments because I suspected more Summoner Titans would arrive in the future. And that ended up being a very good decision. Now I can fully evolve Asherona's third artifact without waiting for her event. From level 100 to level 130, it only requires gold, and I had enough gold saved to finish the upgrades right away. At this point, Asherona is almost maxed out. The only things missing are fragments for her first artifact and soul stones to evolve her to 6 stars, both of which will be available once her event goes live. Now let's take a look at her stats. Her health is already in the millions, and she has over 1 million attack power. This becomes especially important for her first skill. When Pyro enters the battlefield, the impact deals 522,000 damage, and if the target is marked, it triggers an additional 418,000 damage. Combined, that's over 5 million damage on activation, extremely high for a single skill trigger. With everything upgraded, it was time to test Asherona in real battles. My first 2 attacks were straight into Guild Wars, no warm-up testing, nothing. The first fight went great and I won easily. The second. Well, I got a bit overconfident thinking 5 Fire Titans would carry me, and that one slipped away. What really surprised me during testing was how differently Asherona performs depending on who attacks and who defends. When I faced a water team that was set on defense, my full fire team actually won on auto without much trouble. But the moment that same water team switched to offense, the matchup flipped completely. The fire team started losing. This tells me something important about Fire Titans: their performance changes dramatically based on the flow of the battle, especially when the totems begin activating. One thing I noticed right away is just how aggressively a full fire lineup triggers the fire totem. With 5 Fire Titans on the field, the Fire Hurricane activates so frequently that you barely finish the first hurricane before the second one is already forming. The pace is incredibly fast. And here's the interesting part: you don't even need pyro present for the extra energy gain. The fire team itself pushes the totem so quickly that it completely changes how the fight unfolds. The battlefield becomes chaotic, explosive, and very hard for certain teams to stabilize against. Against Earth teams, the story is much more straightforward. Even though Earth gain a huge boost with Verdok, Fire still holds the natural advantage in the elemental triangle. And that elemental advantage really shows. The Fire team deals with Earth compositions very easily, as expected. But when I switched to testing against teams running 3 Dark Titans and 2 Light Titans, things became more complicated. In those battles, the Fire team didn't perform nearly as well. The combination of their totem skills, plus all the stun effects coming from the light and dark side, slows the Fire lineup down significantly. The Fire Titans lose momentum, and once their tempo breaks, their damage output drops. However, when you switch to manual mode, you can control the activation timing and increase the Fire team's overall effectiveness. With manual play, your winning percentage definitely rises, because you decide when to push the hurricane, when to time the skill activations, and how to maintain pressure despite all the stuns. So, that wraps up our first deep dive into Asherona, from leveling and artifacts all the way to real battle testing. Today we saw exactly how powerful she can become once she's developed, how her massive health and damage scaling turn Pyro into a real threat, and how the fire totem absolutely explodes with energy when you run a full fire lineup. We also saw the differences between offense and defense, the elemental matchups that favor fire, and the situations where dark and light compositions slow her down unless you take manual control. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Asherona so far? Have you tested her already? Did you get the same results, or did she behave differently in your battles? Share your experiences and theories in the comments. I always enjoy reading your thoughts and learning from your perspectives. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more Titan testing, strategy guides, and upcoming event coverage, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, Guardians. Keep experimenting, keep improving, and keep pushing your Titan teams to the next level. Salute and friendship.